You're watching TVC Breakfast. Let's get into the papers now, see what the headlines are across Nigeria. And I have our regulars here to make sense of some of the issues on the headlines on newspapers today. Sijibomi Adebiyi-Benet is here, as well as Dr. Dayo Kayode. And gentlemen, good to see you both.
Yes,
it was your birthday yesterday.
The birthday boy.
Oh yeah, birthday boy.
I expected you to have brought your cake here, man.
He's still coming now. Why are you preempting? Allow him to make his speech.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Cake is coming.
Happy birthday, though.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Many more beautiful years ahead.
All right.
Amen.
Now let's begin with the leadership newspaper. Leadership says, "We won't recognize your anti-grazing policy," Miyetti Allah tells southern governors. That's on the September 1st open grazing ban deadline. "We won't recognize your anti-grazing policy," Miyetti Allah tells southern governors. All right, that's a leadership newspaper. First News is next, and it says, "Drama as 3,000 Boko Haram fighters surrender arms in Borno State. Community leaders insist on childhood education." Okay, recall that the governor of Borno State, Governor Zulum, is meeting with stakeholders, leaders, elders, traditional religious leaders in Borno State to see how to approach all of this. A lot of Boko Haram fighters deciding to surrender. How do we approach, how do we handle this issue? We expect the outcomes as we move along. That's the First News. Blueprint newspaper. Blueprint says, as gunmen kill Senator Naala's pilot's son in Kaduna, Matawale alerts on threat to destabilize Zamfara. Fingers APC chieftain. Troops rescue 3 victims. Bandits kill 2 in Kaduna. IPAC slams Plateau lawmakers over self-defense call. And NGE wants federal government states to be proactive. We must collectively tackle our security challenges. All right. All of this on the front page of the Blueprint newspaper. Daily Independent is next. And Daily Independent says, travel at risk as vandalism of airports' critical equipment spikes. Travel at risk as vandalism of airports' critical equipment spikes. That's Daily Independent. Daily Times is saying, NMA threatens to join doctors' strike if, all right, that's conditional. There issues 21-day ultimatum for implementation of agreements with affiliate members. Cautions against victimization of striking resident doctors. Threat in collision with MOU signed by medical body. That's the Labour Minister saying. That's Daily Times. This Nigeria is next. Now, on 2023 presidency, APC, PDP throw verbal punches. That's on this Nigeria. Daily Trust is next, and it says it's focusing on 2023. PDP to cede presidency to North, zones chairmanship to South. That is what Daily Trust is reporting. From there, let's go to Daily Sun. And the statement on non-proscription of bandits, presidency under fire. Okay. And so many people are reacting to this. Okay, that's Daily Sun. The Punch newspaper is next, and it says 21-day notice, strike dangerous now. And federal government begs doctors, NMA ministry disagree. NMA faults federal government as minister rejects ultimatum. Citizens' lives under threat. Ehanire laments. That's the Punch. The Vanguard newspaper. Vanguard says Nigeria loses $188 billion investment opportunities in 4 years. All right, all the breakdowns are there. All right, that's the Vanguard newspaper. National Economy is next, and it says transaction costs to fall, cross-border trade easier as CBN issue e-Naira guidelines. Okay, that's the National Economy. Business AM is next, and it says Nigeria's reserves foreign exchange pressure to ease on $3.4 billion. IMF's SDR, $6.2 billion Eurobond. All right? There's a long one there. That's the Business AM. Business Day says Shell energy rises from ashes of oil past. Okay, that's okay. And then News Direct is the last one now we are looking at. News Direct. It says ICPC recovers 53 billion naira from real estate developer for the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. We are not aware. The Federal Mortgage Bank is saying that we're not aware. Okay, that's stories on the News Direct. But going into the discussion, we'd like to go to the Plateau, where the governor of Plateau State, Governor Simon Lalong, had a state broadcast just about a few hours ago. And let's take a listen and then see what's going on in Plateau State.
My dear citizens of Plateau State, it is with a heavy heart that I address you today over the security situation in Plateau State. Events of the recent past have cast a dark shadow on the progress and the huge investments we have made in peace building and crime fighting within the last 6 years. Due to the recent attacks in Jos North, Bassa, Priom, and Barikin Ladi, we have witnessed the unfortunate disruption to the peace and security of the state by criminal elements, leading to the loss of innocent lives, properties, farm crops, and livestock. Despite the directive to security agencies to stop the attacks, arrest perpetrators, and bring them to justice, these attacks continued with the incident in Rukuba Road, where commuters were attacked, leading to other deaths and destruction. The ugly situation again resurfaced in the Yelwa Zangam village of Jos North local government, where many people were again killed and properties destroyed. While arrests have been made in most of these incidents, the constant threat to lives and properties necessitated the imposition of curfew on Jos North, Bassa, and Jos South local government areas to enable security agencies properly deploy to handle the situation and stop further breakdown of law and order. At this point, I wish to commiserate with the entire citizens of the state over these sad developments. I particularly extend my deep condolences to the families of those who lost their loved ones, as well as those who sustained injuries and lost properties during the carnage. I have directed that government pays the medical bills of those who are receiving treatment in various health facilities. As a result of these occurrences, I convened a high-level stakeholders meeting where traditional, political, community, and religious leaders gathered to brainstorm on how to bring an end to this cycle of violence. Thereafter, I held separate meetings with the leaders of Irigwelan as well as Fulani community to further engage them on lasting solutions to the protracted conflict within the area. It is important to state that we have had several engagements with them in the past and made efforts to ensure that peace prevails in the area. Between January and July this year, the Plateau Peace Building Agency has conducted over 34 mediation engagements at community levels in Miango, Kwal, Dusemkura, and Gelobari districts of Bassa local government. In response to these attacks, I also held meetings with the Plateau Interreligious Councils and directed them along with the Peace Building Agency to swing into action by carrying out more consultations and engagements to diffuse tensions, calm nerves, and dig deep into the immediate and remote causes of these conflicts with a view to bringing the ugly situation to an end. From the engagement so far, it has again become clear that all these attacks are purely criminal activities that must be treated as such. Even though they are quickly given ethno-religious connotations, there is no justification for the killing of any one human being. We are a society that is guided by rules which do not permit anyone to take the laws into his or her hands, no matter the grievances. Yesterday.
All right, that is excerpt of the broadcast of the governor this morning, just about a few hours ago. Now, I have my regulars in the analysts in the studio to help make sense of this. Dr. Dayo Kayode is here, and Sijibomi Adebiyi-Benet. Now, Dr. Kayode, let me start with you on this. The governor said that there has been about 35 previous engagements with these stakeholders as a way of, let's talk, let's see how we can engage and ensure we bring this issue to an end. But these engagements, from what we're seeing playing out, they don't seem to hold ground for so long.
There is no way it will hold ground in as much as truth is being kept aside.
Truth
is being kept aside.
In what truth? In what context?
Now, the issue is this: we need to really understand the series of insecurity that is happening in this country. You're going to see, if we use our periscope to look at these issues properly, you need to see that without a drummer underneath the water, those small ants will never be dancing on top of water. I will give you instances. Look at the guy that was recently killed in one of the states in the South. PA to a governor. He was killed and then his body mutilated at a square. I mean, we all read that. I just don't want to mention names now. We all read that. And a PA to a governor. And look at all that guy had been perpetrating within that state. What has the governor done? That particular governor, what did he do to stop all those carnages that he unleashed on the people in that state? That is one. Two, you should also look at what has been happening in Jos. Look at the governor. He's commiserating. Are we not supposed to be tired of his commiseration all of the time? Who are these people killing? How many of them have you brought to book? When you look at them,
he actually said some persons, some arrests have been made.
Well, we want to see what is going to happen to all those people arrested. We have had series of arrests in this country. Of recent, some people were being arrested and being identified as financing Boko Haram. What has happened to them? All in the news. What has happened to those people? Nothing. So the issue is not until when we decide to lay bare the truth on the table, all these carriages will continue. And governors, leaders, both religious, political, cultural leaders, they will keep on commiserating. But then this should sound a kind of a warning to we the people. That it is high time we stopped allowing these people using us against each other. Because what are we talking about here? It's all about power supremacy. People to gain power, land dispute here and there. And for who? For leaders. So why should it be we the people that be suffering it?
You're saying that this is instigated by leaders and the fighting over territory. Is that what you're saying?
Is that go and check out what is happening in Plateau?
Okay.
I've discussed with some people in Plateau, and you see the things that they are telling us down here is not things that can be mentioned on the national television.
All right, let me bring.
So people should tell themselves the truth and stop allowing these people to allow us killing ourselves.
All right. Sijibomi, I know you've been following this development as well. They recall that even a few years ago, there were instances where, because of the success of the military on the plateau, they've been able to bring warring communities to play novelty match, as a way of letting everyone know that these issues are over, we are now friends, and all of that. Yet we still see this crisis surfacing here and there. I wonder what you make of this.
When it comes to security, I think we're tending towards a failed nation. Plateau is a very volatile state. And it's been like that for a long time. This is somewhere that when I was a child, I dreamt to live. Jaws, good weather. And as a student geologist, when we went to for geology of Nigeria, we went to Jos. I loved the place. I didn't even want to leave.
We all love Jos. We all love Jos.
And all of a sudden,
place.
It now became the hotbed of violence. So how did we get there? And if we want to be true to ourselves, the same thing happening in Jos is what is happening in the whole North Central. We have influx of people who are not really indigenous people because of economic reasons leave the Northwest and the Northeast to come to the North Central. And after generations of being domiciled there, it automatically became their land. Because even the Constitution of Nigeria says you can live and stay anywhere. So, and the diversity now became more, let me say, more diverse. Let me put it like that.
Or more pronounced.
More pronounced, thank you. That's the word. So, in terms of economic activities, we have people that are farmers, we now have people that are herdsmen. And in terms of religion, we have Christians, we have Muslims. What I expected the government to have done, especially the state government, harmonizing with the federal, immediately that issue of Muslims being killed on their way from Bauchi happened, the curfew should have been pronounced.
So we're preempting what could
anything.
happen.
Because it just needs a trigger. That place needs a trigger. It's always, we say it's a volatile state. So why are football matches being, why is there no football match in Ekiti? Amongst, even in those states that is very diverse as well, where you have Owo Idori, Egberi, Ijo, all of them. But it shows the volatility of that state. So every time the military has to come up with something, the state government has to come up with something, and give credit to this governor. Aside from what has happened now, he has really tried in that state, because within the last 5-6 years, we've had issues maybe 2 or 3 times, and he's always trying to nip it in the bud. I'm not saying he has done enough, but what we used to see, Biron, Fulanis, has really reduced.
Okay.
So these are the issues.
All right.
When you have a diverse people, when you have diversity of religion, diversity of economy, diversity of so many things, you preempt. You are proactive.
Originally, that is supposed to be our strength when it comes to diversity.
We have not managed it
the point there is we might pledge for more tolerance among. I'm sorry that we don't have all the time to discuss this further, but I'm looking forward to the coming days where we can talk more on this. Thank you so much, Dr.
If
Dayo
other
Kayode.
issues wouldn't have overridden it.
No, of course,
Nigeria is such a
security
place
issues
that,
are things security issues are things we've been talking about over the years.
I'm sorry
so
about
thank
my
you.
voice. I think I
No, it's fine. But we were able to hear you, so it's fine. That's the boys.
I had a lot of fun yesterday.
All right.